Welcome to PIB News Podcast for Civil Services. Salient features of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyaan. The major features of Samagra Shiksha for improving the access, infrastructure, and quality of education throughout the country are: universalizing access to quality education by provision for new upgradation of schools from pre-primary to senior secondary level and strengthening of existing schools, including provision of barrier-free access for Divyang children. Addition of new subjects instead of streams in existing senior secondary schools. Support for mainstreaming of out-of-school children extended from elementary level to children in the age group of 16 to 19 years through open schooling. Provision of upgradation of Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalayas to provide residential and schooling facilities up to class 12. Provision of incinerator and sanitary pad vending machines in all girls' hostels. Provision of free textbooks to all children and free uniforms to all girls, SC, Cent and BPL boys at elementary level, including primers and textbooks for tribal languages with bridging materials. Transport facility extended to secondary level at up to 6,000 rupee per annum for children in difficult sparsely populated areas. Residential schools and hostels named Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose Avsiya Vidyalayas in hilly terrain, small and sparsely populated areas for children without adult protection who are in need of shelter and care. Provision of up to 500 per child per annum for teaching learning materials, indigenous toys and games, play-based activities for pre-primary sections in government schools. Support for Nipun Bharat Mission on foundational literacy and numeracy through provision of teaching learning materials up to 500 rupee per child per annum, 150 rupee per teacher for teacher manuals and resources, 10 to 20 lakh per district for assessment, teacher training on foundational literacy and numeracy. Provision for qualitative and innovative interventions such as holistic progress card, sports grant, library grant, composite school grant, teacher training, assessment cell, bagless days, school complexes, internships with local artisans, curriculum and pedagogical reforms, etc. Self-defense training for girls under Rani Lakshmibai Atma Raksha Prashikshan and amount for the same has been increased from 3,000 rupee to 5,000 rupee per month. Provision of up to 3,500 per child with special needs per year studying in government-aided and local body schools for aids and appliances, teaching material, home-based education, etc. Separate provision of stipend for children with special needs girls at 200 rupee per month for 10 months, in addition to student component from pre-primary to senior secondary level. Annual identification camps for children with special needs at block level at 10,000 rupee per camp and equipping of block resource centers for rehabilitation and special training of children with special needs and training of special educators and block resource persons. Academic support of BRCs and CRCs extended for pre-primary and secondary level. Enhanced emphasis on convergence with skills and other government departments and agencies undertaking development works for providing exposure and internships to children on different vocations. Support under vocational education extended to government-aided schools also in addition to government schools and grant, number of job roles, sections linked to enrollment and demand. Provision of classroom-cum-workshop for vocational education in schools serving as hub for other schools in the neighborhood. Provision of transport and assessment cost for schools serving as spokes. Provision of ICT labs, smart classrooms including support for digital boards, virtual classrooms and DTH channels. Child tracking for tracking the learning level of children for students of government and government-aided schools. Support states and union territories for implementation of provisions of RT Act including reimbursement. Thanks for listening. Kindly like, subscribe and share.